I wanted to give everybody a little bit of an update on Velvet Hearts and where we're at. We started our Go team, which has been going into the clubs on Friday nights for a couple of months now. We started out going into I think 3 clubs, and we have grown since that time into 6 clubs. And one of the coolest stories that I just wanted to share a little piece of with you. A couple of weeks ago, my husband and I were headed to the Stockyards area in Fort Worth, and we were headed up 35, and there's a super amount of construction going on in that area, and so we missed the exit that we should have taken. And so we kept going, and all these exits were shut. And we even made a comment, we're going to travel all the way up to 820 and have to circle back around before we're able to exit. Well, we came upon Mark IV Parkway is where we finally took our exit. And just when we exited, we were just like, Lord, why in the world did we miss this exit? We're running late to our appointment that we had and all of those things. Well, as we began down the journey down this road, and of course our map on our phone rerouted us to go a different direction. So we didn't go back down 35. We actually went a different direction. We pass a club, and the name on this club is Bucks Cabaret. And so if you know my story about how the Lord birthed Velvet Heart's name, you will understand the significance of bucks, which is, of course, a deer. And so the antlers of a buck are covered in velvet when they're first being formed. And so when God told me the name Velvet Hearts, he revealed to me that that covering is a precious thing to these antlers, and it's something that is used to help when they're growing, and it protects and it nourishes and just some really good rich things that he shared with me. And so then who knew, I certainly didn't, that there was a club called Bucks Cabaret. And so he spoke real clearly to me that Bucks would be an addition to where we would go. And then he just reminded me that the exit that we had taken was Mark IV Parkway. And so I went to the Word and I looked in Mark IV. And if you recall, Mark IV is the story about all the seeds and a good farmer and where the seeds are planted. And it talks about how, if you plant your seeds are scattered on rock, of course they're not going to grow. And if they're planted in thorny areas, then they're going to be entangled and you're never going to receive the blossom and the fruition from that. And how we're called to place and plant our seeds in good places that have been prepared well, and the soil is prepared. And so he just began to speak to my heart about how Bucks have been preparing. He's been preparing them for our seed. And so we last week were able to go there, and it's an incredible club. We knew the manager from another club, and so it was a really cool opportunity to reconnect with him. And what began as just outreach to women in the sex industry is now turned into outreach for men in the sex industry too. And we were able to show him love, and we were able to show these girls love, and it's just been an incredible journey. And so I just wanted to share with you that we're up to 6 clubs now. And that's going to look like outreach to about 180 to 200 women. And so God's just doing an incredible thing. So I just thank you for your prayers. I thank you for your financial investments. And I thank you for just being a part of this. It's an incredible journey, and I just wanted to give you an update.